Sorry. Okay. Here my screen. Okay. Open your learning portal. So here's the assignment for today. We will have to add this filter, the ratings. So when you review, you also rate, make a rating, right? It's from 1 to 5. And then we will have to calculate the average rating as well as the number of ratings, the number of time that the user rate. And then we will show those values to the front end. We also add this filter, the filter to our app. Like people can select what they want to see or what filter they want to add. Also the pagination, no extra, just this. Right? Okay, first thing first, let's do the rating. So in order to have rating, you need to have reviews, router, review, controller, everything about reviews. Raise your hand if you don't have it yet. This filter, review. All right, I hope you guys haven't had this. So here, how I would do it. So get review is very simple, right? This is wrong. Okay. Get review. Let's forget about this. This is wrong. Not enough. You want to have more option in here, more filter in here. But right now it's okay. And you have to be able to create a new review. Okay, let's create a new controller. This one should be updated. Right. So export dot create review. Okay. Add asins. And create reviews. So here, I don't want to use the same controller for a create interface. You can do that, but I suggest you not to, because we have two different types of middleware right now. We have document middleware and query middleware, and we have to do it differently. So that's why we move this line. Done. So I'm trying to define a controller for creating a new review. So here's how I do it. Const review. We have to check. Const check equal to await review dot exist. And here how we check it. Before we create a new review, I want to check if that user already reviewed or not. If he's already reviewed that, we don't allow him to review again. That's my logic. Okay. Do you want to allow a user to review multiple times? I don't allow them. So the first time he reviews, that's okay. The second time he go back and review again. So I want to update the review instead of creating a new one, right? Because we also have something called rating. Okay, so we have this method exist to check if that document already exists. So what do we want to check? So here's my route. Experience. Inside experience, I have an experience ID, and then inside that I have reviews. And reviews, all the routes here will be handled inside review router. Okay, review router. So let's open my review router here. And here we go. Inside my review router, if I want to create a new review, so here is my how to create a new review, right? Route, the root route, and then create a new review. To create a new review, you need to be logged in. Right. So let's create it. Review controller, create new review. I'm going to check if that user already reviewed or not. So how do I check? A lot of review, but you only review you can only review on that experience once. Yeah, once. I don't want user to review 10 times. It's bullshit. You can comment on that, but I don't want you to review 10 times. Right. All right. What's wrong here? Right. Okay. So I want to check what's the condition here. Let's take a look at my review model. So I have title, body, rating, and user. I should have one more field. What is it? Experience, right? So a review should belong to an experience. Type, you can copy the whole thing here. Change this one to ESB. I named the model ESB, so that's why I need I use a string ESB. Right, cool. And okay. Go to my review controller. I want to check if that user or review on my experience or not. So I will do experience request. Oh, so here I have to check the experience as well. Or you can request the params dot EID. Yes. Okay. And what else? One more thing. Yes, user. User request user.id. Okay.
Wait, one question before we continue. Because the find one update already so if it find one, it will update, but it will not if it doesn't find one, it will create a new one. So can we combine the create?
Yeah, there are reasons for that. Because I'm gonna show you two ways to write middleware, document middleware and query middleware. That's why I had to use create here. Later on, I will have to use create, right? So let's do it step by step. And there's a drawback when you use this method. If you want to create using file one and updates, later on I will explain the reason why I don't use it. Okay, check if the experience exists, and that experience exists. Yes, this also create a new review if that review doesn't exist. But I also want to trigger the middleware. So let's use a new method, a different method, create. So if not check, or if check, we throw next new error, new app error, saying for 3 forbidden already review, for example. Okay. Else, if you haven't reviewed yet, so we are going to create a new review. Const review equal await review dot create. So here's the body. Request dot request dot body, and we want to override the two fields. First is the experience, which come from here. No, request params dot eid from the URL from the router. Remember, comma Lin actually improved today. Okay, how and user request dot user dot id, right? And lastly, return respond dot status 201 dot JSON status. Okay, later review. Okay, fine. Everything is fine. Okay, let's check it. Okay, check it. Confirm. How do I check? So let's remove all the database right now.
Have you bought the packaging?
Not sure. I do. Drop. Okay, let's check syntax error. There's no syntax error, right? I'm gonna drop a couple of data. So, all right, here we go. Everything is fine. Let's create a new review, create a new experience first. So testing purpose, and the tag is bug, right? Create, authorize, yeah. Shit, I need to log in. Log in, fine. So this account is a host, so this guy can create an experience. Done. So now I'm gonna copy this experience ID and go to create a new review right here. Worst events, low quality, paste here. You can paste on the URL, or you can use this way, EID. So I name this one EID, just like a param, right? Param, and then pass the value here. Same thing. This way easier to maintain. Hit send. Okay, I create a new review on this experience with the title worst event and body low quality. Rating is 2. Right, everything's fine. Okay. So now, what do I do next? Okay, successfully create a new review. Now we want to have this rating affect this experience. So right now the experience is rating. There's no rating for experience. We want to create a field for that. Okay, go to your code. Experience model. So right now I don't have that field. I don't know if you have it, but I don't have it. So I have to create a new one, a new field called rating. Let's call it average rating, or whatever, just call rating. Here we go. Average rating. All right. Average ratings type is number. What's the default value? 0. So if no one reviewed that yet, we will use 0. If there's someone review, it's going to be from 1 to 5. Okay, we also the number of rating and rating. Have 2 fields, the average rating and the number of rating that we receive for this experience. Also types, number, default will be 0 as well. For average rating, we also have mean and max to be more safe. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Right now we need to clear our database again, guys. Sorry. Clear it again. Refresh. You have to do this a couple of times, so don't get used to it already. Clear it. Clear it. And now, so if I create a new review, a new experience, it's going to be 0. Average rating is going to be 0, and the number of rating will be 0 as well. So now, how do we make this number to be calculated automatically and start in here? So there are 2 ways to deal with it. There are 2 ways to have a rating on experience. First, which is the stupid way, you calculate the average every time a user sends a GET request. That's bad because you have to calculate every single time a user sends a GET request. That's gonna consume a lot of power. Or you have a better way. Every time a user rate, we calculate the average right then, and then we start here. And this way, whenever a user sends a GET request to see the experience, we don't have to calculate again. Just render this field. Just show this field. So that's two-way. Two-way node. Okay. Calculate every time user rate an experience, or calculate every time user send GET request to see experience. Right. So the second way is bad, because if you want to see 10 experience at the same time, right, 20 is at the same time, a list of experience. So then you have to calculate 20 times for a single request. That's bad, really bad. So we will do it like this. We calculate the rating every time someone rate a review, and we store that number in the document here. Make it fast, and let's do it. So as I said, we will calculate every time. Every time user rate an experience. What does it mean? Every time a user create a review, right? Okay, every time a user create a review. So I'm gonna create a middleware here, right? Every time a user create a review, what does it mean? It means every time a user call the function, right? Create, right? So that means we can have a middleware for save, right? So middleware for save, right? It's gonna be post request, post save. It's not resave. We want to calculate the numbers after the user review, after the review, not before review. So it's gonna be post save. And when we, sorry, it's okay, right? So after we save, we have a numbers, and we have to use that number to calculate, not before we save, because we don't have the number yet. All right. So here inside post save, we need to do something. We need to calculate something, and let's do it here. Let's define a function to calculate stuff. Calculate the average. So it's going to be a static method, schema dot static dot calculate average. It's a function inside a function. So I'm gonna pass in EID here. Just use it, put it here. Okay, we will have something magic called start equal weight. This error rate. Now you will wonder what the hell is this? It's in the lab, but you can watch me do it. You can copy and paste from the lab. Don't worry. So this aggregate, we use aggregate from Mongo or Mongoose DB. Mongoose, and I will show you the aggregate. So here we go. So model dot aggregate, right? Model dot aggregate. So here, so this here refer to the model. So for statics, this will refer to model always. The class refer to the class or the model.
Here it's experience.
Experience. I think it's wrong. It should not be in experience. Sorry, it should be in review. Review model. Sorry. The names look so similar. Okay.
What you mean? The average rating is in the experience, right?
So whenever we create a new review, right? Create a new review. Right? Every time we create a new review. So that's why we have to call it inside review. Put it inside review model. And this here will be the review model. Right?
So schema refers to the schema below, right? The review schema?
Yeah, this schema. It's good if you name it different from how I name it. That makes you remember stuff. Right, so inside array, we have an array. The syntax is weird, but it's an array. Inside an array, we have different stages. One stage, two stage. Right. For now, we use two stage only. You can have like 3 or 4 or more stages if you want, but right now we don't need those. We only need one stage, two stages. The first stage will be the match stage. So here we go, match stage. So if you wonder what is match stage, it's kind of like the filter here. For example, if you want to find something, the match stage will be this part. All right. So this is the match stage, the filter, the condition. These are the condition. Right. Match stage. What do you want to match? I want to match. I want to find all the. I want to find all the reviews with the rating, and then I calculate the total rating divided by the number of ratings. So I have the average, right? So which means I have to group them together, group all the reviews that belong to one experience into one group. So based on that, I have to find this field, experience. Okay. And let's name it experience. So I match them all. I match by using this field, finding this field in my model. Yeah. And create a new field called the same experience. I wonder if that's correct. Confused shit out of me. Yeah, here we go. Correct. God damn it. So this is the EID. Sorry. We use the EID here to find it. Sorry. We create a new field called experience, and we group all the EID together. So right here we will have something called this, a document, and inside of document. Why can't I? Right. So right now I will have a document called experience, which have the EID, for example, something, right? I group them all together. Okay, on the next stage, we see the group stage here. So let's copy this field and let's name it experience, or you can name it ID. It's coming from here, comma. I want to have 2 more fields, which is the number of rating and the average rating. Let's go with number of rating first. And average rating. Right. Generate 2 more fields. Now we decide the value. Sum. What sum does is it will count all the documents that we found, and we sum by it add up, accumulate by 1 for each document, or if you name it 2 here, if you give it 2 here, if you add 2 units for every single document. For example, if you find 5 documents that have the experience ID, the same ID for experience, it will add to 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 5 times. It's going to be 10. So we don't want that. We only want 1. So it's going to be 5. Let's plan more. Just right now, just right. Right. So number of time, the number of times that user rate. And here's the value, average value. We want to calculate the average based on which field?
Everything.
This field only. We calculate, we sum them all, right? We get the average. Like this. Okay, just it. Confused. Yeah, this syntax for aeration. If you spend a lot of time on MongoDB, doc. Like we don't have time for everything. Like you complaining, like we learn too much stuff in one day. We don't have enough time. I expect you to do more research on iterations. So here, right, we have match state, we have group state, and we can calculate the value for that. Just this link, Aggregate.
Oh, that's not MongoDB, not Mongoose.
Mongoose is based on Mongo, so same thing. You can find on Mongoose as well, but I usually shot on MongoDB.
It's not important.
It's very important if you want to work with data. You have to build your custom iteration. You have to build your custom query a lot. So it's very important to know. All right, back to the code here. So right now I have everything, and I'm gonna consolidate it. So you understand what? Yeah, consolidate it first, and you see the data. Consolidate, and then you call just that's it. And then so you have a function to calculate all the numbers, the average, and the number of ratings. So let's execute this function. Okay, execute it. And schema dot post save, and then function. Okay, in schema save, post save, you don't need to use next. If it's free save, you have next. Post save, you don't have next.
We put that before the average calculation.
It doesn't matter. I see function. Okay, now I'm gonna call the function. So let me ask you a question again.
The schema there refers to the review schema. Right?
Same. Yeah, it's in the same file. So let me ask you one question to review. What is this? What does this refer to?
If we modify the review document after we set.
What is this? I mean, this this keyword here, the object.
The document?
Yeah, the document. The document. All right. So what is this? Model. So how do we call that? If you call this dot calculate rating, it will throw undefined error. So there's one way to refer to the parent. It's going to be this dot constructor, and then constructor you have calculate, right? So now you have this. This is a review, right? So how do you get the ID of experience from review? I will go over this again. You don't have to type, just explain. Answer my question. How do I get this value and pass it in here? Yes. So this here is a document. Okay. So we have this dot experience will be the ID, and then we just call the function like this. And here I need to await async. And here, after I call the function, I expect to see the construct starts, right? All right, everything is fine. Let's try and see how it goes before you start copy and paste. All right, I'm gonna delete this. Create a new experience first. Create a new experience, send. I got a new. Okay, so here I have an average rating of 0. I missed one thing. All right, let's ignore that. We will add that field later. The number of rating, I missed one field, number of rating, right? I don't know why it's not here, but let's go back to this later. Okay, now we have the ID. We have ID, and then let's create a new review for this ID. This, right? Send. Okay, let's check the log. Here we go. So average rating is no, something wrong there, but we have number of rating is 1, correct? It's 1. So something wrong in the average rating. Let's go back and check the code. Average, oh God, I have a spike here. Oh my God, no, that's stupid. Remove that space. Okay, I'm gonna delete this review and try again. Okay, make a review again with the same experience ID. Okay, so here we go. I have rating 2. The number of time that I rate is 1 and the average is 2. Okay, look at this. Okay, what if I log in with a new user? Let's register with a new one, Quad3, for example. I cannot target this. 3. I send, and now I need to log in with the account. Let's quickly go over this, and we are done. 3. Okay, I log in with Quad3, and now I'm gonna create that review again. Let me review, create new review, and let's say super. Is it correct? Good quality. It's gonna be 5, right? So 2 plus 5 will be 7. 7 divided by 2 will be 3.5. So when I hit send here, you should see end rating will be 2, average rating will be 3.5. Let's try it. Okay. So here we go. Correct. So the number here is the value here is correct. We know for sure that's correct. And if you pay attention to the format of the type of the data here, it's an array, right? An array. Inside that, you only have one element, and that element is an object. And inside the object, you have what? 3 fields: ID, the number of rating, and the average rating. So here we go. An array. ID field, number of rating field, average rating field. Cool.
So where is the experience, the rating, where did it come from? A review or from experience?
Which one? Can you tell me the line number?
Yeah, the line number
60?
A 60.
Okay.
Experience that.
We generate a new object with these keys. 1 key, 2 key, 3 keys. New object with 3 keys. And the value will be the value from this column, this field, which come from here, right? 1. And another value come from, it will be calculated by Mongoose by counting the number of documents that we found and increment the number by 1 for every single document we found. For right now, we have 2 documents, reviews. We have 2 documents, right? That's why it's count 2, and it got the average rating will be 7, and then divide by 2, you have 3.5. So average here will get the sum, not this sum, but the total will be 7, divide by 2, you have the average. So how do you get a total? Based on this field, the rating field, right?
So when we have 2, you just average will be 2 plus 2 rating plus 2 etc. Divide by everything.
So it will like get the total number in this field rating from 2 documents. The first document is 2. The second document will be 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. Divide by 2 here. So it's automatic. So like it's calculate this number for you. You don't have to do it. You just define how it calculate, and then you got 3.5. Here's will be 2. Here will be 3.5. If I log in with another account and make a new review, it's gonna be another number, right? Is that clear?
So like you say, in the field below, I say rating, and then the field above, I say rating, then field below must be exactly the same word, right?
Yeah, so this string depend on the name of the field that you find in your model.
Must be,
Yes.
must be the same.
Yeah. All right, next step, you have the number. Now you need to set number to your experience document. Save it to document, experience document. So how do you do it here? I'm gonna do file, await, and then experience. You need to import that first. Experience, right? Import experience, and then call experience dot file by ID and update.
Employment experience model.
Yeah. So what's the ID? The ID is EID or EID, and the body. What do you want to update?
Go back.
No, wait, hang on. Oh, I didn't finish this. Default 0. All right.
Go back.
Yeah, that's, I didn't have that. That's why you didn't see the default value when I create a new experience. Yeah. Okay. I go back and I fix that. So now you need to update two fields. The end rating field and the average rating field, right? So how do you assess this value? So you check if start.length greater than 0. Sometimes you don't receive anything inside your array here. It could be an array of empty objects or nothing inside. So that's why we need to check if this array has something in there, mean the length is greater than 0. Then you grab the value, start the first index dot and rating, right? Or you input 0. Start for average rating the same, but length greater than 0. Start 0 dot average rating from here, right? Or 0. If you don't have the condition here, if we for like, how do you say, if we try to put input undefined, which is incorrect data type. Right, so you have two fields, you save it to your database, and then after all, it's done. Save. Right, so let's try again. I'm gonna delete the reviews, have all the reviews here. Drop again, create new reviews. Okay, I'm gonna send, okay, updated. Let's check if our database, the experience get updated as well. Okay, we have something here, rating is 1, but the average rating is 0 because I typed the wrong name. It's not average rating, it's average. My God, average rating, right? Different name.
So we would have to fix it.
Here. I use a different name on the field, so that's why I have to change it.
So that one must still follow the naming of the experience.
Yeah, we try to modify the experience model right here. Right, go back, delete the what? I forgot. Delete the review. Try again. I hit create new review again. Okay, check the experience. 5-star, 1 rating, correct?
You just send again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5-star, 1 review, because I make a review with 5-star here, right? Okay, if I log in with another account and create a new review, it's gonna calculate the average number again every time a user create a review, right? So now get request, and no matter what, it's very fast. Right, so that's pretty much it for the document middleware. And you learn something called aggregation as well. Sale and what? You can do a lot of things using Aggregate. It's very powerful. For example, for reaction, right? Reaction in Facebook, you can calculate the number of smileys or the number of thumb up, number of thumb down, number of haha, something like that, using Aggregate.
Anytime they buy something, and then the number song is sent in the month. Also follow this logic.
Yeah, it can be done using Aggregate. Nothing there. So there's one thing I want to stress is right now you have this inside. If you're inside the document and you want to call the static method, the statics, you have to do this dot constructor. Constructor you want means you refer to the parent class, which is the schema. So this is review doc, right? And this dot constructor blah, 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 is review model, right? Okay, we will learn something more confused in the afternoon. It's just one function, but it's more confused. You have more things. So basically that's it for the morning, right? Do you have any other questions? All right, let's try to review again. I already reviewed this experience, right? If I make another review again, what happened? I should see an error already reviewed. All right, if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna end the video here. Yeah. Okay. End video.